Hey buds, it's Sanai here. I just want to remind you guys that I am going to be in Eva Beach, Hawaii, which is on Oahu at Southside Inc., April 9th through 12th. And then after that, I'm going to be jetting over to Phoenix, Arizona to the Grand Canyon State Convention. And I believe those dates are May 2nd through 4th. So please book something, come say hi, book something at my home shop, Whittier, California. Yeah. Let's do tattoo bud stuff. Bye.
Hey, buds. I have a couple of announcements. First off, I will be tattooing April 24th through the 25th at the Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekend Festival, located at the Orleans Casino in Vegas. I'll be tattooing all 4 days from noon to midnight. Also, my band Left Alone will be on a quick run with our homies in Manic Hispanic from May 1st through May 5th in select Southern California cities. If you're in the area, I'd love to see you there.
I just talked to my buddy who owns a shop in Arizona, and he was saying that the tattoo age of consent is 14 there. Oh, well,
a lot
not
of
age of
states
consent with parental consent.
A lot of them, there's no age. Like, I know Idaho is 0 age.
Yeah.
That's a question for Chad.
And then Las Vegas is also 16. But most shops still don't, like, recognize it. Like, you would still be like, no, you're a kid, you know?
Yeah, I would hope that all these people turn that away.
Yeah, it depends on the place. I know some people make
When
a
I
career
tattoo in
off
Hawaii,
of
I tattoo teenagers with their, but
I
I
knew it, dude.
Yeah.
She walks over here all high
12-year-olds.
and mighty.
with their parents' consent. But I mean, there it's also cultural.
It's fun.
You know. they're hot.
There it's just tribal face tattoos, you know?
Yeah, like literally some of them already have tattoos because it's like it ain't no thing. So, anyways. Let's stop talking about kids. Are we rolling?
Dude, we went, yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
That's a Patreon episode.
So we're rolling here. Quick question. So,
What, dude?
I want you to be as comfortable as possible. So, do you want to sit in a specific position?
Right here is good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You sure you don't want to kick your leg up on something?
Yeah, we could get you
I'm
like
fine.
a chair or like little something
Don't worry about
stool.
it. I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry. I'll let you know.
Poor thing. He's like, I'm good with crutches.
He's like, I've been
next
hearing
to
this
him.
for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Was the glitter? Did that come with the cast, or did you
Oh,
spray
they
paint that
they
on
suggested it last week, and then I liked the idea of it. So
They suggested it.
yeah, she was like, "Oh
He said
yeah,
he'll really bring out your
hear me
eyes.
out.
yeah." She's like, "Do black with glitter. That's my specialty." And I thought about it, and then when I went there today to get this on,
It's like a nail artist, huh?
yeah, I mean it is beautiful, man.
She's like $5
gorgeous.
more.
It's hitting. And then I was like, I don't know about the glitter. She's like, it looks like a galaxy, and I'm like, that sounds sick,
Yeah, dude.
know,
And
so-
we're all about space.
out of this world. So I went with it. You know, yeah. This is like the new
Beautiful.
Sanoderm. This is the new thing. Client can't do anything wrong to it.
Imagine
It's beautiful. What?
casts for aftercare.
Yeah, you're not gonna scratch this tattoo.
Yeah.
Are you a Sanoderm person or second skin person? I should say.
I like the black tube.
I do too.
Yeah, it's stretchy and it doesn't like pull on the skin, like less reactions, latex free. I don't like that it leaves that sticky adhesive behind, like it's kind of gross after you let sticky.
Yeah.
And then I don't like that it does not stick to itself at all. Like so when I'm doing a big back piece, I
Oh
gotta really
shit! Sorry guys.
it totally
I always
rolls.
piece it together on people.
Yeah, try it on yourself.
She's like, I need to make a couple of phone calls. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I just got a roll of this new one called Jet Black.
Dan Smith.
Yeah. That shit is
Oh,
awesome.
Cool.
Dan
Yeah.
Smith, come on the show.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Recovery, like how thin
Okay.
it is, a matte,
Yeah.
the flexibility. My favorite part is the tube already comes with that slit.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good. I'll give that a go for sure. Yeah, I don't like the idea of like buying more plastic stuff and plastic waste, and
I know.
we're so afraid of microplastics, and now we're
Yeah.
sticking them on tattoos.
Have you seen that? We talked about this on the last episode, but that it's like it's for a stencil. It almost looks like the armor
Stupid,
shield, and
dumb.
we were talking about that, and because we were talking about microplastics, and it says that it's like biodegradable,
it?
but it never. Yeah, you tattoo
Yeah.
through
Yeah,
it, but
no.
it never says what it's made out of.
It's just some non-tattooer trying to make money off tattooers.
And I can't imagine doing like a bold line through that. Like I feel like the ink would just be like a mess stuck in between it.
The Thermofax is like God's gift to
Tried
tattooing.
and
Good
It's
enough.
not- If you can't get your tattoo on before that wipes away, you shouldn't be tattooing.
Yeah, what the f***'s wrong?
Yeah, or just wait longer for it to dry. Or, I mean, I don't know. It's not broken. It doesn't need a fix. Tattooing doesn't need to be reinvented. The wheel is rolling down the road fine. Totally cool with it. Right here, it's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, iPad's great. All the tools are awesome right now. Like, I don't want for anything right now.
Where we're at right now.
Yeah, I just need to get better.
So you're an iPad guy?
Yeah, I mean, no one knows it. Like,
Sorry.
Ooh, a Budcast exclusive.
I don't. So
tell all?
My iPad, like, I do it's a light box. I use my line drawings. I don't like paint per se on the iPad.
Yeah.
I don't post pictures of my iPad. I don't post video playthroughs of my drawing on my iPad. I don't even have it in background of videos of me tattooing. It's a tool, yeah, but I don't look at it as like a art form. Like, it's not a medium to me. You know what I mean? But I do rely on it, and I do draw every single tattoo on it. You know what I mean? But I will draw it out, stencil out, sized up, and then paint it physically by hand. You know?
That's what we just started again. I hadn't painted a flash sheet in like over a year, so this year we're trying to do one a month. I
like handmade stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, I'm selling prints. It's like, well, you're gonna sell the iPad for the original. Like, it's like,
I mean, I've sold
I want to touch it and
digital
feel
prints
it
before, and then I always feel like I shouldn't be having
feels
this
cheap.
out.
It's cool for a sticker or a T-shirt design or like absolutely.
Or for tattoo rendering.
If it's going on the wall, it's like I just feel it's a little more sacred. Like, I think you need to put your hand to it, and if you fuck up, it's more honest. And like, you know, I would rather my tattoo be better than my painting. Know that I can't tattoo as good as that fill brush can saturate.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to be like you're sitting in line at Carl's Jr. and you're looking at the burger on the menu.
That gorgeous burger.
And you get it and someone sat on it, right? Like, and you're like, this ain't the same. So I would rather like you see the flash, you like it, and then you love the tattoo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that especially people coming up learning how to tattoo, it's very dishonest, and there's not like. You know, if someone want to learn how to tattoo, they brought that into me. I don't know anything about them. I want to see the eraser smudge, the hand dragging the paper, like, because I don't know your process. You could just double tap everything away. You could limitless layers, and you can't do that while tattooing. I do love the iPad for the drawing. It's so nice, the clean lines and stuff.
The
like
productivity.
Yeah. Drawing on the toilet, drawing in bed. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Real quick before we get too far, let's do intros.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, welcome back to another episode of the Tattoo Budcast, the only podcast that feels like a tattoo session minus the tattoo.
Woo!
I'm Snai Garcia.
I'm Jimmy Jam, and today is a very special day. We have a guest in-house today. It is YouTube and social media sensation and tattooer, Mr. Wayne Fredrickson.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. We know that you have an injury. We have an official broken leg in 3 places, some mechanical parts. Again, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here. I like they have an elevator. I was pretty scared about that all day. I was gonna ask, like, is there stairs? I'm like, I've only gone up 2 stairs. Up 2 stairs, go to my house, and I have a little sideways hop technique.
So, how long have you been tattooing?
I started messing around with tattoos right when I turned 18. And then not long after I got into a tattoo shop. I've been saying 14 years now for a bit. I think we're about the same.
I remembered where we met.
Really?
Yes. Okay. So I apprenticed. I've been tattooing for 15 years now, and my apprenticeship was 3 years. So I was tattooing at a place called... Remember you were just finishing like up an apprenticeship or something? Maybe it was later. Maybe it was when you were about to open your shop.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Now I'm
Turns out she's a big liar.
Because I remember you talking about opening a spot, because you opened one pretty early, right?
Yes, 2013, September 2013. September 13th.
Okay, so maybe it was later.
Friday
then.
the 13th, 2013.
Whoa, that was a few years after.
Yeah, I opened up that in Ukaipa. It was called California Street Tattoo. Had it for 4 years. Yeah, I was a piercer before I was a tattooer.
Okay, how long did you do that for? And do you still do it?
No, I stopped piercing pretty quickly. I didn't want to be a tattooer. I thought tattoos were cool, but I didn't like tattoos because. And
now look at you.
Yeah, well, I feel like I still don't like tattoos.
I don't like this.
Yeah, how did I get here? There's so much story to go over, but I recently opened up another new tattoo shop, and there was a bunch of tattoo magazines, right? And there's stuff from 2002 through 2008, 9, right?
When magazines mattered.
Yeah, and I'm looking through this stuff, and there's like, like there's Kale and John Sanchez with Travis Barker and Fontana. I'm like, what? Like I had that magazine, right? And those tattoos suck. Like I don't like them.
Isn't that crazy?
No. I didn't like them then. I do not like them now.
Yeah.
I don't like Nautical Star, Flame. I didn't like the warpy.
I was gonna say a warped nautical star.
Shit, whacked.
So what does he
It's
have?
like-
The warped boombox on his stomach?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like,
Sick.
I don't know. I think I liked punk rock tattoos. Like I liked black flag bars on someone's
Yeah.
neck. I liked like gang tattoo. I liked black garbage tattoos,
Yeah.
which are cool. Again, now they're ignorant. Now they're professional, right?
There's a
But-
name for it now.
Yeah, but I liked that. So I liked tattoos of things that I liked. Application did not consider a no. And I used to go on this website called BME Zine. I look at like different piercing categories and forums, and I thought piercing was so cool, and it was neat and the different jewelry, and like it felt a little bit more counterculture, and the subcultures surrounding like heavy black work, which now is popular, wasn't then. Like
Yeah.
that was kind of a piercer thing. I thought I liked that stuff because it was different. I felt, and tattoos felt kind of like commonplace, and so I knew I was gonna get tattooed. I wanted to get covered in tattoos, but I couldn't have told you if I liked traditional or realism. I don't know. I didn't know I was gonna tattoo, but I got tattooed, and I immediately was obsessed, and I wanted to do it, but I didn't think I was capable of it. But I felt like piercing was something that is tangible and I could learn if I can get an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
But by being in the business and being around tattooing, I was closer and closer to it, to where from me being a piercer, I got a tattoo apprenticeship. And then eventually, maybe just 3-4 years into that, I had quit piercing because I got too busy tattooing. Because I was constantly faced with this idea of tattooers not taking me seriously because I was a piercer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And piercers not taking me seriously because I was like this tattooer, right? And each side wanted me to like pick a side, you know?
And then having to stop in the middle of a tattoo to do a piercing.
Yeah, that was a
or
problem.
whatever.
And there'd be opportunities where I'd get offered to work at maybe a really good shop as a piercer, but they didn't really want me as a tattooer. Or I could get a really good job as a tattooer, but they already had a piercer.
So you had to make that decision.
Yeah, and I wasn't really willing to work at shops that had bad piercers. There's good tattoo shops with shitty piercers, and it's just
Yeah.
like, and so I kind of was like, I need to land a place that will let me do both, you know?
Mhm.
When I first opened up California Street in 2013, I went from doing a few piercings a day and a couple tattoos to doing like maybe 1 or 2 piercings a week, and maybe like it was slow. Like no one was walking in my shop.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was gonna be way easier than it was. Wasn't easy. And that forced me to have to get good at tattooing because I was just street shop guy. And so that's when I really started painting flash and
That was the driving force.
that was a driving force, either go out of business or get
Survival.
business. Yeah. And then
That'll do it.
I think a couple years of that, it got to the point where piercing didn't make any more sense. And I started to hate piercing. I started not like my clients or like the craft period. Because I didn't have the demographic for what I was trying to sell. I was trying to sell like higher end jewelry in a lower income area. And
I worked at a shop that did that. and
yeah, it
like-
was frustrating, man. It was like I go and I spend a couple grand on jewelry. That's a lot of money, like to me at the time. And I'm like, oh, I bought the best stuff, and the client hates me, thinking I'm ripping them off, when really they're getting ripped off buying the cheap shit, you know.
Yeah.
And, but the tattooing was something where you didn't have to know anything to understand the value of it. And the clients would tell me things like, what, like $60 for a piercing? Psh, I'll just get a tattoo. And I'm like, okay. And tattooing was more profitable, and piercing costs more to pierce at a high level. You have to buy high-end jewelry, you know?
That jewelry is expensive as
Yeah,
shit.
you know, and you're only as good as what you're selling. I can tattoo you with garbage and make a professional tattoo. I cannot pierce you with garbage to be a professional piercer. I'm only as good as what I use in
Very
piercing.
true, yeah.
So you really are like not independent. You're really like, you're like Ricky Bobby with all stickers all over your windshield. You know what I mean? Except for you're not getting paid. You're paying to put those stickers on your windshield. Piercers have to buy that shit and announce that shit. None of, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tattooing was more of a craft than a sales job.
Where it's like just like
Yeah,
skill driven.
and I really could, you know, in piercing, it's like maybe I lose that nose piercing because I don't have, you know, that exact gem they want. And tattooing, I just draw the gem, you know. So tattooing, I was able to really narrow down how I approached it and just use black, brown, yellow, red, and green and make anything. I don't know. I don't think that I chose tattooing. It just kind of happened. And
So what was the apprenticeship like?
for tattooing,
Yeah.
It was like everyone's who's done it. I mean, it's like burpees in the middle of the street and like, yeah, like it wasn't allowed to ask questions for a long time.
Right.
Like it was like kind of very like first year was like kind of gangster Mr. Miyagi. It was like I'd watch and I would
sick.
ask a question, be like, "Oh, how many drops did you put in that cup?" Which I should have counted. I should have.
You could have.
I'm there to pay attention. I'm there to learn. I'm asking a question was in front of me. It's pretty disrespectful. So he's just like, "Go do 13 burpees in the middle of the street." So I'm like, "You serious?" And then I go to 13 burpees, and then the next day he goes and puts the drops. Looks over at me. He's like, "How many drops were in that ink cap?" I'm like, "That was 6." He's like, "Didn't say good job."
Yeah.
It wasn't a good job. It was the bare fucking minimum, right? After that, I counted the ink drops in the fucking caps, like, and then eventually my coworkers were like, this guy was teaching me a little bit. This girl was teaching me a little bit. It was picking up game.
Was this in your own shop?
No. This was at
This
Fast
was-
Lane Tattoo
okay.
in Corona. Geronimo Rivera taught me how to tattoo, along with Marcos Villagran and Fine Line Tino.
Right on.
Other people
Nice.
came through and stuff too, but those were definitely people that like why I tattooed today, But my like mentor Geronimo, I mean, I wasn't allowed to ask him a lot of questions. I really had to just watch and shut up. So I just watched him do portraits all day long, and just sit there and just watch him brush it in, and I would just watch, and that made me not want to tattoo like that. That's why I tattoo so dumbed down, so impatient, And I could finesse and
I thought it
do-
was gonna be something profound.
no,
It's like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Sometimes you learn what you want to do, learn what you don't want to do. Like, I mean, I
No,
like,
yeah.
That's
I,
true.
I like geeking out on a tattoo, and I do some little tricks to my tattoos, and I don't use a lot to make what I can a lot out of. I don't know. That style is just so fucking boring. Like, it feels like a test in school.
Black and gray realism.
Yeah, it's just painting by numbers. Like, it's like, how close can I get
it's
it to
just
this?
Getting it to
And
there.
it's-
There's,
oh,
there's
it's-
no like
Yeah, and it's always like,
So-
wow, that's almost as good as the photo. And it's like, we know it's
And
good
that one
as
is
the
not.
photo. Yeah, and
And that one, and most of them are not. So it's definitely a skill, but I could see what.
oh,
like,
it's absolutely a skill.
Yeah, for
but
sure,
it's just like
it's more technique
I
driven.
feel like there's art and it's respected mediums. So if I like oil painting, I'll oil paint. If I like
Right.
watercolor, I'll watercolor. I'll never watercolor to make it look like an oil painting.
Right,
I'll never
right.
tattoo to make it look like a photograph. I'll make a tattoo to make it look like a
Well,
tattoo.
and it's so crazy because people are so quick. Like, dude, if you could make a tattoo look like a picture that you printed off the internet, people will suck your fucking dick. But if, like,
Right.
you draw something out of your own fucking head, like, people are like, that's cool. What else you got? Like,
Well,
you
because there's a-
little motherfuckers.
Well, here's why.
Because of Kat Von D.
There's a magic to it because they're like, that doesn't look like a tattoo. And that blows them away.
That's what
why.
blows them away,
And
yeah.
just like it's just, I floated off the ground. It looks like he's floating off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
It-
It's
you know?
Chris Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mind. It's a mind. freak.
Mind
Dude, it is totally a mind freak.
Yeah. So, I could have had the name Mind Freak Fredrickson, but I totally blew it. And now I'm flat,
Slap.
fucking bold tat Fredrickson. That's what I'm-
With your broken ass foot.
Yeah.
With a 14 round.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm at the point in tattooing where I had this arc where I did hyperfixate on certain applications of tattoo.
Yeah.
And now I have like an appreciation for anyone that could put on a fucking tattoo. I think it's cool, I, for myself, have kind of gone in a place where I want my tattoos to be really dumbed down. I don't want to sit longer than an hour, and I want to just really anticipate where if every line gets 3 times as thick, there's enough space for them to not touch. And
Yeah.
I just want to be identifiable. I don't want to explain my tattoo. I don't want to talk about my tattoo. I want it done, and I want to keep it for a long time.
Let it speak for itself.
Yeah, I don't want anything special or unique. I want it just. I don't want. If I have 10 ideas, I want 10 tattoos. I don't want to smash them together. Just.
So
yeah.
for the non-tattooers that are watching, I mean, everyone else can guess what you do, but you do American traditional.
Yeah. It kind of came that way, and I feel like from being a kid, like if we go back to like punk rock, the album covers like single screened T-shirts, and,
Yep.
and then
The
and
simplicity.
skateboard
Yeah.
graphics, and then graffiti like a really simple throw up bomb or bold letters, and then when you translate to tattooing, it's just like, oh yeah, a skull, like it,
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves of taking. Well, like, any appointment when they try to like just cram like 5 or 6 different
10, what
elements.
is it? 10 pounds of shit in a 2-pound bag.
Yeah.
You're better off just turning these into 3 or 4 different tattoos.
That's what I always tell people. Like, you can get more than one tattoo. Like
Yeah.
this tattoo doesn't need to be for your dad, cousin, uncle, and
Well, they always start
Your
out
love
with
for
like
Cheetos.
they always start out they want a sleeve, and they gave you a sleeve, but they want it on their forearm. I'm like, you just told me your sleeve.
yeah.
Like I could stack those up around and give you a sleeve.
Yeah.
Like,
you'll be able to get more out of a design.
oh yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a quote you say. You could say the least amount of words. What's the most powerful thing you can do? You know what I mean? Simple is best, less is more. Like it when I see a lot of stuff going on, it's not creative, it's just overthought. You just thought about it too long. Like, if you sit on an idea long to make it more meaningful, you're making it worse.
Yeah.
Like,
Trim the fat, less is more.
Yeah. I think spontaneity is very honest. You know, if you walk in a tattoo shop and you're like, ooh, I like that, that's real. Right? Now, if you talk about it and your friend says you should put blue in it, and your mom's like, you should put it on your hip, and your sister's like, you should do it with this initial, you're getting further and further away from your intention.
And that literally happens just like that.
Yeah.
That is a huge part of why I don't design.
Just come in.
Until the day of or the night before.
Especially
and it's like,
with iPads.
You
That's
definitely don't
do.
send it ahead because of shit
no
like
way,
that.
yeah. They'll have time to think about it and be the new Dave Navarro of their house and just be like, this should be this way. That I mean, not to talk shit on those people.
Yeah.
No,
we don't do that.
But we don't talk shit on this podcast. But you guys are shooting yourself in the foot when you, almost like when you sit on it too long, you start doubting yourself, you know?
It's
or
like
they start
trusting your
doubting
gut.
it. Mm-hmm. And it really shouldn't go through everyone's hands.
It's your tattoo.
Your mom is not your target audience for the tattoo you're getting for yourself. Like,
if it's so meaningful and so personal, then it should just be between you and the practitioner.
And God.
Yeah. Which I'm the one that blessed you with this tattoo, so.
So he can.
Basically, I'm God.
I'll take it. Thank you.
So excuse us.
Yeah.
I'll take it from here.
Thank me. It's kind of I did it.
Okay, so now you're at where's your shop at?
Riverside, California, and Norco, California. So I have Unite and Win Tattoo and Norco Tattoo. Yeah.
So these two shops, which one do you tattoo at, or you go back
Both.
and forth?
Yeah.
What prompted that? Having the two.
So when I opened up California Street Tattoo, I think maybe I opened that in 2013. 2016 is when I started doing the YouTube stuff. And around that time, I started traveling more and more and more. And all of my clients are traveling to me further and further and further. It's just opening me up to everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And so at that point, I sell my shop and I opened up in Rancho Cucamonga. I rented out a small little space. I called it Hidden From You Tattoo. I went to England like a month later. I went to Australia a couple months later. I was traveling full time, but I had my little spot, my little illegal secret spot I could tattoo out in the back of a gym. And then after being there for 3 months, I think, I found another spot in Burbank. So I could take like appointments in the week there and then book out a couple days in Burbank. 6 months after that, I got rid of my Rancho one and I got one in Corona. And I had that one for 6 months. Then the demand was so heavy, I got rid of everything and hit the road full time in like a tiny house bus with my wife.
Nice.
And then,
cool.
yeah, we did that whole thing.
For how long did you do that?
6 months. After that is when I opened up Unite and Win Tattoo in Riverside. And that is now 5 years old. And then...
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then I ended up starting a needle company a year ago. That took me a year to get going. And then I took over this shop in Norco because warehouse space to house my needle company. So now I tattoo full time at 2 shops and run a supply company by myself.
What?
Whoa.
And do
What's the
YouTube
supply?
and podcast.
What's a supply company?
Unite and Win Tattoo Supply. Busy guy. Oh, and I also opened a shop in San Diego 2 a year ago. But that was
There's another shop that I own.
Yeah. That one was only a year.
What are you running from, bud?
I was just gonna say, we're just gonna like say it.
Yeah.
You can't open up a shop in our shop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm actually moving in right over there.
Oh
so-
shit! There it is.
It was hidden from you.
So it's not just a clever name.
Yeah, so after a year, he was doing really well and wanted to hire a second piercer. And so I dipped out. And then with that empty space, I opened up Norco Tattoo.
So you went private before the whole private trend.
Yeah, 2000
He did everything before the trend, dude.
Yeah, it was first. What people do on TikTok, I was doing on YouTube 7 years ago.
He was putting glitter on his cast.
You didn't even know about that. You got to ask.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I was like, is that a gallon? Oh, no, it's a cast.
So was it because you had like your clients already? You were set. You didn't need walk-ins.
I just kind of felt like I couldn't wait for people to come to me. So I had to like provide something. Like, how am I going to make you come to me? I have to.
Yeah.
I'm not better, so I'll just work harder. You know, like I can't paint good flash, so I'll paint a lot of it. I'll put out a book. I'll put out 2 books. I'll put out 3 books. You know, like, oh, you want me to come there? I will go there. And then I'll film it and I'll go again.
We have 0 books.
Yeah. You just got to do it. You just got to get after it. Like, I mean, for every 3 things you hear I did, there's 10 things I didn't do. Constantly slacking, constantly failing, constantly fucking up. Have you seen my ankle? Like, it's not doing good.
Do you value yourself based off your productivity, would you say?
No. I think it's just
Or is that... Okay, you said no, so is that something you had to unlearn, or is this just all second nature to you? Like, you just like to be a busy person?
I don't know. I never really thought too much about it. I kind of always have been. Like, I was kind of a latchkey kid. Like, I would walk home from school. I'd be out till streetlights came on. Like, I was always out doing something, skateboarding, and then high school, getting in trouble, writing graffiti. Like, I was always busy with something. And then, I've just always been busy with something. I don't like sitting around. I get bummed out. Like,
I personally am addicted to chaos.
Yeah.
Like, nothing feels normal until I have to handle 1,000 things, and I'm like, I feel like I'm drowning, and it's like, bliss.
I don't know. It's a really good question because I think I honestly just don't know the answer. I don't know why I do it that way. I don't know. You have to ask me in a few years. No, I mean,
we just changed his personality right now.
Yeah.
It's like Office Space.
Whoa, dude!
He's just gonna
see
stop.
his shop's closed.
Yeah, it's like Office Space. He just stops giving a shit tomorrow.
It's not really like, what do they say? It's like, it's not the destination, it's the journey, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that I even really like running businesses. I think I'm just a creative person that has an idea to want to get it out and start a business, you know?
And the drive to do it.
Yeah, the whole thing with Hidden From You, I didn't want to have a shop. It was like,
I hate being successful.
It was like, here's this cool little spot. It's affordable. Like,
somebody's got to do it.
I don't need walk-ins. Like, and it was fun to like paint it and decorate it and make the videos in it. And then after I had it for a little bit, like, all right, my little 6-month lease is run up. And then some people know about it, and now it's not new anymore. So let me go do it again. And I think in the time right now, especially, things move so fast. You have to move fast with these things because people don't respect legacy anymore. Brands change their logo every fucking year.
Wow, that's so true.
You know what I mean?
That is so true.
Here's an example.
I don't even recognize Jack in the Box these days.
I'll bring it to tattooing. Like, if a tattoo shop right now says, hey, it's our 25th anniversary, or there's a tattoo shop saying, we're having our grand opening, who gives a fuck? It's the grand opening. It's the new tattooer, the new thing, the new exciting thing.
That makes me so mad.
Yeah, but then you'll open another new private studio, and it'll make everyone so glad. So you got to keep hustling. When this thing is over, get something better. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Change is good. Like, you only get to live this life, like, presumably once. So, like, you know, you want some, like, cool chapters in there. You want a cool story, you know? Yeah. So I think the idea of just sitting around is like, it's fucking boring.
So
like,
there isn't a day in the life of Wayne where it's like, I'm just going to relax today. I'm going to maybe take the day off, go sit at the beach. Oh, man.
You'd laugh. You got to talk to my wife. It's funny. Like, even when
you're like, she hates me.
Yeah. No, I'm like relaxing in bed, emailing and falling asleep. You know what I mean? Or I'm editing a video. And
yeah. You treat your tattoo shops like Leonardo DiCaprio treats his girlfriend. He's like, they're too old. We need another.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we're going to have to let this one go.
It seems to be that way. It might be like an ADD thing. Maybe just like, losing attention. And so you just want to keep moving.
The reason I asked is because I'm similar in that I always have 1,000 plates in the air.
Yeah.
But I definitely value myself based off my productivity. And that's something that I struggle with, or like that I've had to unlearn. Like, and we won't get into my fucking.
Yeah, I definitely get bummed out. Like, I feel like, I think I have this weird thing where I should go to therapy. This is my first therapy session. I don't know. I don't like when people compliment me or they're telling me I'm doing well or, oh, you do so much. Cause I'm like, in my head, I'm like, all right, you're going to laugh at this. Like, so I just drew like 80 eagles in 3 days. Right. I'm trying to do 100, but I didn't get 100 done.
I'm not going to compliment you, dude.
I didn't get a. And so anyone else is like, they've never drawn 80 eagles in their whole career, right? And for me, I'm just like, fuck, these last 20 is so hard, you know? Like, there's only so much I could do, and then now I'm at the point where now it's gonna start getting out of the realms of the way I would do, and I only look at the things I haven't done. I don't know how to like sit back and enjoy what I've done.
Yeah.
And I have friends that tell me all the time, like, hey, enjoy the ride a little bit. Slow down. Like, you're This is enough. But if I did that, then I wouldn't have these things that you're excited about. Yeah. So
Well, the tell was when you said when somebody had the audacity to compliment you on something, and you said, "Yeah, but there's 10 other things I didn't do for every one thing." But I do shit like that too. Like I try to make myself read a book a week. I try to do a stand-up open mic a week. These are rules I set for myself. Nobody's holding me to it. But if I don't fulfill them, I'm like,
yeah, I love
my morale just.
I love the idea of people that are like I'm not this way, but I want to be like like the Neistat brothers, Van and Casey Neistat, like they're YouTuber people, but they make like they'll have drawers labeled like, oh, this is tape and this is bolts and these are screws and like and everything has a place and like their footage is all organized and like they make everything and like I love the idea of being an organized person, like having a goal, writing it down, getting it done. But I think it's all kind of just in my head. It's chaos. And I'll plan to do 10 things and I only get 2 things done. So I constantly feel like I'm failing.
So you're constantly trying to catch up.
Yeah, but
With
I will
yourself,
never get
though.
there.
Yeah,
I'll never
it's
get there.
ridiculous.
I'll never get there. I've already achieved my dreams. Like I've already done it. Like everything I've ever wanted to do, it's been done. Like, but I'm not satisfied.
That's
Still
the way I
going.
feel about a lot. I've done a lot of shit, you know.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit, and I just like feel like it just hasn't been done.
So
like,
what are we chasing? That's where we need to figure out like how to be okay with it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mom, just tell me you love me.
Right, dude.
Dude, back to the compliment thing though, because I feel the same way. Like I fucking want to jump out of my skin when somebody like compliment. Like I don't know what to say or how to say it. I say something silly or stupid.
You want to know another ironic thing that no one's gonna believe? I'm a very private person. I'm not extroverted at all. Yeah. It's weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was watching some of your videos and I was like, man, like I should be doing stuff like this. You know, we were both talking about it, but I was just like, man, I don't know if I could bring myself to do that. It doesn't seem like me. Or
I think the way you have to do it is you have to be genuinely excited about what you're doing. Because if you feel like you're faking it, you're right. You're fucking faking it. You're a poser. Stop. Right? But here's the thing: when you see me like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm eating this, I'm not in Riverside. Like I'm like in Australia. Like, so I've never been there, so I want to film everything. I'm excited.
Yeah.
My day-to-day, I'm not filming it. And a lot of the videos you do see are day-to-day. I'm working on a back piece, and I'll even, like, do things where, like, I'll hoard footage. Like, I'll film the first, second, third, fourth, fifth session. I'll put out to channel members, and then a year later, I'll wait for it to heal 6 more months, and they'll come back, and then I'll edit all into one video, and I'll put all the dates on it. No one gives a fuck. No one pays attention. But I'm showing first, second, third, fourth, and healed a year in the skin. Like,
so you just have a massive backlog.
Yeah, and it's like, and some of it never gets to go out. Like I have this one client, his name's Casey, and I did his chest in one session, did stuff around his chest and his arms in another session, and that was 4 years ago. But I haven't seen him since. And so I'm like waiting for the day Casey gets to come back, and I'm like, oh, how did he heal up? and then it goes 5 years ago, and you get to see my work 5 years healed.
That sounds great for like content.
And that's also great too, because I too will be like, we'll make a video, never put it out, and then I'm just like, well, that was fucking a year ago. I'm not gonna put it out now. But like, why not just do it?
So just do it, and that's the thing. That's my whole thing, right? Like, just start 10 things, and if you only get 2 of them done, that's way better than if you planned 2 things and got none done. So take on more than you can, because you're not gonna get done anyways.
I'm barely getting used to the camera. Like I've put out a handful of videos where I kind of like edited, you know, of myself. But what you don't see is it's take number 50 because I'm like, oh, that was dumb.
Well,
stupid.
The other thing I did that I'd recommend to get comfortable on camera is just be on camera a lot. Like the whole philosophy on why I started doing the YouTube channel in general was I wanted to like the magic I can capture and sell in a client.
Yeah.
That's isolated with that client. So I'm only gonna get that client and maybe their one quiet friend. And then they have to tell someone else, but it's not going to go further than that, right? So I have to really sell it this one time. That's slow. That growth is predictable, and you're not going to get far, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm able to capture that experience and make the camera be that quiet friend, then even if 1,000 people see it, that's 1,000 friends that got to experience that, right? So the way I first did it was like, okay, I'm going to get a clip. I'm going to set the camera over there, and then we're hanging out for 5-10 minutes, and there was a funny part right there. Boom, funny part. That's a cool moment. And then clients pointing at the wall. Hey, point at the wall again. Get them pointing at the wall, okay? And then I might have a clip of me painting that sheet. So maybe it starts out the video, I'm painting a sheet.
You're
So-
a fucking genius, dude.
So I'm providing value. I'm like, to a client, this is just stuff. Why should they
Yeah.
care about it, right? So I'm telling you why to care about. Look, I'm working on this thing. I'm making this thing. Oh, hey, right? Oh, nice. Ooh, they're picking the thing that I saw him work on. I was a part of that. I watched him make that, right? And then stencil peel and then like, and then they look at it. Oh, wow, sick, hug, happy. I hug my clients, right on. And so if that's your first impression, like, you were the quiet friend that got to tag along to that tattoo appointment. So if I can make a video called Rose Tattoo, Eagle Tattoo, Snake Tattoo, tattooing in Portland, tattooing in Seattle, tattooing in Australia, well, I'm the only motherfucker that did. So when you type in tattooing in Australia, I'm apparently the only tattooer in Australia on YouTube, right? So I'm just filling in this encyclopedic dictionary, and I'm basically getting free like Google AdWords. Like I'm like the SEO's built into the videos,
Yeah.
Oh,
So
genius.
the more I make, the more I pop up. The more I pop up, the more opportunities I get. The more tattoos I make, the busier I am. The more shops I open, and fucking the more stressed out I am.
the more shops you close.
Yeah,
He checked his phone. He's like, "Oh shit! I just opened up another shop."
yeah. Straight up. So that's how I did it. And then now the game has changed. Like now you have to be a little bit clever. Like you have to really understand SEO stuff, and making a good title isn't good enough. Making the thumbnail isn't
Wait,
good
what
enough.
the fuck is SEO stuff?
Exactly. Yeah.
Search engine optimization.
Yeah.
But we're really behind the 8 ball here.
Well, now 'cause things were based on on words, right? So like you made the title the question someone was already typing on YouTube, so you're the search result they were looking for, so they found you, right? Now things are more
Algorithmic.
based.
See, we do know stuff.
There we go.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing.
Now,
Yeah.
in a way, that's better.
Al Gore, yeah.
Yeah, in a way it's more honest, because like say on something like TikTok or Shorts or whatever, you can put up just something,
Yeah.
and if people watch it for a few seconds, then it'll get sent to someone else that watches it. They think they'll like it for a few seconds, and it's really like honest, right? You don't need to worry about the thumbnail or the title or the tags. You could just make a thing, and if people like it, it will get more views. Man, my shit, why aren't people watching it? Because your shit sucks. No one liked it, right? Now, if they liked it and they watched it and they shared it, more people will watch it, they'll like it, and they'll share it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it that way. Well, then no one's going to want to watch it your way. If you're not selling what they
Adjusting.
want to buy. Yeah, and so I'm a victim of that. When I first started tattooing, Instagram was around for a couple of years. It didn't matter yet. But I was posting stuff on there, and I did everything. I like doing I do script, walking stuff, dot work, traditional. I was a tattooer. I tattooed, right? I think it wasn't until I opened California Street Tattoo when I was like, oh, I need to have like a thing. That's when I started trying to get good at traditional and
To
stuff.
like brand yourself.
Everyone's tattooing, everyone's posting tattoos. How does mine stand out from the other tattoos they see,
Yeah.
right? So I started to become kind of hip to Instagram. But there was a generation of tattooer prior to that thought Instagram is lame. Instagram's whack.
Yeah.
Right? I'm doing better than all those tattooers right now.
You gotta fucking
know?
roll with the
Period.
punches, dude.
So then YouTube, I was slow in the tattoo shop, sitting there, not tattooing. And I'm listening to music on YouTube, and I'm trying to find YouTube videos to watch. So I'm watching, Ed Hardy's Stoney Sinclair video, and I'm watching Hori Smoku, and I'm watching the couple tattoo ages that were out at the time.
Yeah.
And,
Those are so cool.
And then I'm out of stuff to watch. There's the only tattoo related content is people teaching you how to tattoo from their house, or people giving you tattoo advice that aren't tattooers.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they don't even tattoo. And I was just kind of thinking about like, well, what would I want to see, or like, how would I want to? I saw a void, and so I started doing it, started paying off. But I'll tell you this, like, I barely started like making TikTok stuff like last week. Like,
Yeah.
I thought TikTok's lame.
How stoked were you when it was supposed to be like banned?
Cancelled.
How my mentor was with Instagram, I found me with TikTok.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so now I'm the old guy.
You're the old guy.
Yeah.
We're the old
Full
guys.
circle.
Now my
We're
YouTube
the
videos
old
are too
guys.
long for the attention span, so I'm trying to edit them shorter. and I'm-
That's crazy.
That's a
And that-
generational
and,
thing.
and here's the
it's-
hard thing. It's like I'll spend like an embarrassing amount of time on these videos, and then it just didn't have the right title, or it didn't have the right thumbnail. It just didn't ever get clicked on, And that's something that I think is really cool about the short form content, is that it is more honest, where you could put the thing out and they could stumble across it. No one will stumble across my YouTube video unless they typed it in first.
Are you
Okay.
capturing the same style of content in your short form?
Yeah, I'm not like, I try to do like, I'm still kind of like glued to my shit. Like I'm trying to like, a couple of my recent videos, I cut down into shitty zoomed in vertical versions for TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is I don't like that format. Like I don't consume that type of content. So it's not the kind of content that I want to create.
Same.
I'm definitely excited and eagerly awaiting the next thing. And I'll be ready to hop on that.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Who, you?
Yeah.
No.
I just want to make stuff my way for people that want to find it. The
Yeah.
trouble now is people finding it because it gets drowned out in all the other noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like a low performing viewed video for me would still fill up this room full of people. You know, so it's still incredible. You can't discount it, you know, but it's hard when you're constantly comparing yourself.
Yeah, that can't be good, huh?
Right, yeah.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, you just gotta make the thing, put it out there. And then if it works, cool. If it doesn't, cool. And if it's really not working, then yeah, you need to pivot. Yeah, you know. But the thing is, like, right now we're in this, like, I mean, a lot of tattooers are having a hard time, and this is the busiest I've ever been in my career. I'm doing really well. And I'm like guilty to
that's
say
great.
that, but I tattoo my ass off, you know?
That's amazing.
But I do a lot.
And you
back
get a
little
lot
portion.
of people from the internet.
Yeah, but
What did you
here's the funny thing about the internet. Almost everyone I get is from like, oh, I used to watch you on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. But it's like the used to, right?
Yeah.
But I got them. They came. They tried.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
still
yeah.
around.
I'll have clients be like, hey, do you still make YouTube videos? And I'm like, yeah, I posted yesterday.
Yeah, fool.
Yeah. like in December. In
Oh,
December,
man.
I posted every single day in December. I posted 31 videos. Like every single day I
Good
put out a video.
God.
And it didn't do shit. Like it did about as well as it would have done if I posted once a week, you know? My advice to anyone that wants to like YouTube right now, today, is you need to do the back end beforehand. Like you need to like think about your titles and then type them in and see what performs well first. Have a bit of a game plan. So you're wasting your time on something that you can see what it's going to kind of do. I never do that though. I kind of just do and I find it in the edit. Like a lot of my older videos, they don't have a story arc.
That's how I first discovered you. An old coworker of mine was like watching a video, and he was like, "Yeah, he's just being himself on camera. Like he's just telling stories, just little things. It's not like such a like educational video. It's just you feel like you're in the shop."
My idea is I sell tattoos. So you're here to buy tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not getting paid to sell you Sanoderm or whatever. I'm selling tattoos.
I know that I'm gonna watch this episode like 1,000 times because you're saying like some fucking gold, dude.
I
This
feel
is
like
incredible.
I feel like I'm like such like it's so fast, but my brain's moving quicker. I hope you guys can keep up.
I'm like I said, I'm gonna rewatch it. I might have some more questions for episode 2.
Yeah. No, I mean I could ask me anything, and you guys can text me whenever. Ask me anything.
Dude,
I'll always write
that's
back.
amazing.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of trial and error? It seems like you're just always on it.
If you go back, I'm not really talking to camera. I'm kind of just talking, and camera happens to be there.
I love how you're talking. You're calling
Camera's
it
a character.
camera,
Yeah.
like it's a character.
Yeah, right. So
that's interesting.
So here's one thing that if you go back and watch, you guys will see. I'm always skateboarding. Every
Yeah,
video,
we
some of
noticed.
those.
I'm
Yeah.
skateboarding. Hey, so today I'm doing something else. So I'm like, even I'm talking to camera, I'm kind of not. I'm kind of fucking pushing down the street.
It's not undivided.
I say thank you, appreciate you, but I've never broken down any culty behavior.
Mhm.
Like I don't make crazy eye contact. I don't tell my fans I love them. I've always been very careful of that. I think that's like
There's probably science
manipulative and
behind that.
dishonest. I don't like how
Well,
I don't think that's cool.
Yeah, and boundaries.
I used to use like curry and questions. I
Yeah.
have people ask me questions. I sit there and eat curry. So I'm eating curry.
Curry and questions.
Curry
dude.
and questions.
Yeah.
All right. So
This
what you're saying is
adorable.
we need
Curry.
in order to be successful. We're gonna need to start skateboarding and eating curry.
Fuck
Basically.
no! Look at this. I'm not gonna skateboard. He has a broken leg.
I think now I'm comfortable. I can talk to the camera all day now, but I've made over 400 videos now.
I was like a little apprehensive about asking all these questions, but
Ask
this is
more.
by far the most educational episode
Yeah.
we've had.
No, I like it. It's
I was
cool.
For
gonna ask.
ourselves, though.
I know.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
We're not
It's
even
your
gonna release
podcast.
it. It's just gonna be our like school.
Right, yeah.
It's gonna be our sleep hypnosis.
But that's why I do my podcast. It's only just for me. I don't give a fuck about it. It's cool if you enjoy it. Like, hey, I find this valuable. If you found it valuable, come on in, hang out.
Which is why camera is just a bystander.
Camera,
the-
dude.
Camera
I love
Diaz-
that.
Camera
We gotta start
Diaz.
doing that. That's like
Ooh, that's a good
Camera
one.
Diaz.
Yeah,
I
camera
like
Diaz.
that. And also, too, comments help. Like, you know, they could hurt a lot, but comments help a lot because
You mean like your feeling?
Do you have haters?
I can't imagine that.
I mean, if I do, like, they
You
don't.
guys better not hate this.
In real life, like, people are pussies. They don't exist. I've never seen or heard one. I don't even.
Sure.
I don't know. It's like a UFO. I don't know. It's unidentified following object. Well, you know.
This guy's fucking
But-
spitting bars
Game,
over here.
game.
But on the internet, you know, on YouTube,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, yeah, people will say wild shit, you know? Instagram, never, because they have their kid posts. I know where they work. Like, but YouTube, yes, people are.
Oh, that's
fucking
good.
evil.
I'm going to start remembering where
yeah.
they're.
I will shake your baby.
Yeah. I've never
Don't
had,
talk
I've never
shit
had
to
a
me.
hater on Instagram ever. The thing I like about it is that when you get these comments and then you write back, then when you make your next video, you know who you're talking to. You're not just talking to camera now. You know who you're talking
You're talking to Sheila, you fucking hating ass bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you can thumbs down anymore, but back in the day, that shit helped videos for sure. I mean, the news is never positive, right? So
That's true. I'm just so concerned about my feelings.
Yeah. There's a subscriber I had, and their name, I don't know if I remember it correctly, but I'm sorry if I remembered it wrong. But your name is Paris Manson.
You
Paris
sound
Manson.
terrifying.
Well, they wrote. Oh,
They
like,
sound hot and dangerous.
yeah. It's like, they wrote me shit like ew, your ears are fucking gross. Oh, you're like just like they're talking
Low-hanging
shit,
fruit.
right? Yeah, literally, right?
Low hanging ears.
Yeah. So they're hitting me like boom, 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 like 4 videos, right? And then it's like that tattoo's pretty sick. Next one's like, damn, that dragon.
Same
Fuck.
person.
Yes, but the thing is, they're binge watching.
You won a hot serial killer over.
dig
I
this.
hope Paris Manson doesn't subscribe to us.
It gets
Yeah.
better. It gets better. So then I got an order for like one of my books, and it was like, I think it was like his mom or girlfriend. They sent me an email saying, hey,
I'll kill you.
Like,
Paris is in the hospital.
I ordered this for their birthday. They're a big fan. They started tattooing because of you. Can you sign the
Dude, that's
book?
fucking
blah, blah,
wild.
blah.
You're like, yeah, but tell them that they got to square up
Yeah,
first.
yeah. But I mean, the thing is, I think people are, again, they're looking for something to hate. Like, they don't even mean it. It's just like, it's just
Yeah.
these intrusive thoughts that otherwise wouldn't have left their mind. They just spilled it out.
So
And
do you engage with
oh
those
yeah,
types
fuck
of
yeah,
comments?
yeah.
Yeah?
And people will also do things where they'll be like, I'll write back and they'll be like, oh, hey bro, I'm actually a huge fan. I'm so sorry. I didn't think you were gonna read this.
I just want people to think I hate you.
I don't know. They're just like,
You're a character. It's like watching your favorite TV show. You're
Yep.
just a character. And then also, I think people have this thing where they think that, like, you need to earn their support, even though they're
Yeah.
clearly already
I'm
supporting
gonna start
you.
talking shit
well,
to you.
say
on
there's
here.
like an actor. Say there's an actor.
You already do.
Say there's an actor, and you're like, oh, I hate their face. Like, you would never say that to them, and you
No.
don't mean that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's inconsequential, right?
Right. Like, who do you hate?
I don't hate anybody.
Someone we don't know that we're like, oh, I hate that person. But, like, you don't actually hate them.
The thing that sucks.
You don't
like,
actually hate P. Diddy?
He got some bangers.
He got some
that's
bars.
where I'm at. I'm like, I was listening to Ready to Die.
You
like,
remove the asshole.
I mean, he sucks on, like, he talks too much in
Or eat
Notorious
it.
B.I.G.'s music. I'm like, stop
Yeah.
praying in the end of a song. Like, leave this, get away. Like, we forgive you for everything that you do. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Let Biggie, what are you doing? Like,
yes.
let him suck her daddy's dick. Like, you know, like, let him. We're waiting. Yeah, so I don't know. That's my thing with P. Diddy, but
Imagine he loses
The
all of his
only
followers.
I've been hating him. Like, I've been hating him.
Yeah.
Like, he's in the way. He's clearly in the way.
But you're like, but he threw some great parties.
I mean, the parties though, yeah. As a producer, or at least the guy that got the talent signed, fucking, I'm grateful. But like, you know, I don't know anything else. You know.
Dude, he's the one that discovered, is it Sting?
No,
no.
I know,
no.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
It's a joke.
okay. Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys need to give me
produced
more
Bon
credit
Jovi.
than
You know
that.
that?
Every step he took.
Speaking of music, dude, what's up with that shirt?
Oh, the
I'm
shirt I
fucking
see.
jealous.
Fuck
dude.
the shirt, look at the arm.
Oh yeah, I got it on my arm. Yeah,
The fucking marquee.
yeah. That was like
Fucking-
my third tattoo, I think.
Showcase
Dude,
Theater
I
marquee.
miss that venue so much.
I a is like my church. I think about it all the
There's
time.
a
Yeah.
documentary that came out. Did you ever see it?
Yeah, no, I didn't, but I met the person that did it.
I didn't see it either.
They came to like one of my tattoo flash days, and I bought a shirt from them. They had a different showcase shirt, and they saw my tattoo and like, oh, I actually have some shirts in the trunk of my car, and like, so I bought a shirt off them.
Score.
I definitely would see it, but from my point of view, unfortunately, is that it didn't really cover the subculture as I seen it. Like it's
as you experienced it.
yeah, and if I made a showcase documentary, it would only
Which you probably will.
yeah. That's coming out next week. Yeah, no. It's a hard thing to do because it's like, you know, every band is a different subculture, and then
Yeah.
that
So
you
many.
identify yourself with that, and that's what the showcase is to you,
Mhm.
right? So what the
Oh,
showcase
yeah.
was to me wasn't what
What
their
they
perspective is.
What was
What they
theirs?
showcased.
I think it was more like
Got him.
I think it was more like post-hardcore emo.
Yeah, that wasn't my
stuff.
thing.
My first show at Showcase was that, and I didn't dig it. And then my second show was DI, and I got
Oh,
into
wow.
DI and Adolescence and all the Orange County stuff,
Yeah.
TSOL, and so I was going to street punk shows, and then I started going to hardcore shows, and I went to everything like ska shows, rockabilly shows, like
Yeah.
psychobilly shows. But
I actually met you at a punk rock show. It was
Really?
very brief. It was the CY Fest when Josh from Tattoo Punks did the
Yeah, yeah.
first like tattoo room in the
Yeah,
Circle
yeah.
Bar.
Were you tattooing at
gotta
that
get him
thing?
I was. Yeah.
that's cool. What a small world.
Yeah.
I love that. In my adolescence, like that was my life. Being in Riverside, I would take the bus everywhere. And I'd take the RTA, like,
Yeah.
and I'd get there right after school and just be out in front of Showcase at 4:00. And then I'd hanging out with the bands out front while they're smoking. And I would see
You were one of those kids.
I would see every band, and I would
Cute.
stay late, and I'd be waiting for a ride, or I wouldn't get a ride, or I'd walk home all night. But now I want to know the set list. I'm going to see the band I want to see, and I'm getting the fuck out of there.
And I like seats now. When
I get sore of standing, like my back
Ooh.
hurts.
You ever been to the Region in LA
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it was like a theater, so your feet are like
Mhm.
that?
It's so funny that you complain about that because that's just what it is wearing high heels. Like that's literally what it feels
That's
like.
life.
Just raked.
At an
Like
angle. Yeah.
yeah, life at an angle. That's the name of my autobiography.
Life at an angle.
The downward trajectory of my story. Stick around. It's bad ending. I'll say that the podcasting thing is tricky because you kind of it's a hard sell. You know what I mean? Like it's a really hard sell to have someone like hang out with you for an hour anyways. So it's a very like slow growth. You got to really earn that trust, really earn that audience. It's the longer you make it, the more people you lose, but the people you have are like that much more along for
Yeah.
the ride.
Uh-huh.
If you're after like followers or subscribers, fuck it. Chop it up and put out the episode in 4 20-minute episodes.
That attention
Um,
span.
It's not so much the attention span is like the initial sell, you know? Like if
A hook.
well, yeah, I mean that's why I said you probably start out with because I used to title it the fucking Joe Rogan way, right? Episode, whatever, blah blah blah. But the thing is, no one's typing in Unite and Win podcast episode 4 then person's name, right?
It's just
Mhm.
the person's name.
Yeah, and even then, they're not typing that person's name. You make it a question. So, like, what would, like, not to put you on the spot, but was there a question or something I said that like resonated with you? Like, can you think of anything like, ooh, that's something I remember that part, or
A
you know?
question that you said or a question that we asked?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah,
well, like
either way.
for instance, like making tattoo content or like something like that. Like I'm sure tattooers are
Mm.
typing in like
yeah.
how to.
That's the part of the episode that you like the most, or you think that's the most. Then you're gonna go and you're gonna try to find out how to word that question in the most common way of typing it, and make the video title like and don't even use my name. It'd be something like the tattooer that was making YouTube videos before anyone else. Episode whatever. And then the podcast name. You know, that's something where they don't know about your podcast. They don't know about me. They don't know about you. Now you got their attention.
Yeah.
And it starts out with that question. They get immediate return. Now it's up to you to hold that attention. But if you just make it your niche thing, it will never grab anyone else except for your niche audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So all of these special like episode titles that we have are they're probably
Stupid. They're
doing
stupid,
us harm.
James.
Yeah, I mean, think of it.
They're funny to us.
I mean, it's old as the printing press. Like, read the newspaper. Like, you know, they have a long story. But what makes you read? What's the big words
the
at top?
hook, the bait.
Right.
I did it that way too. And then I just recently started like, you know, and some of my bigger podcasts aren't with bigger guests, but it was with a more searchable question.
Ah.
So it doesn't matter how good your content is if people can't find it. That's our thing. You can do clickbait, but you can't make people wait because they won't wait. So you can't like if I made a YouTube video and it's like a 10-minute YouTube video and halfway in the thing happens, I can't title it that thing halfway. I have to give it to you at the beginning. So that way you're like,
Give
you
them what they
trust
want.
me. Yeah. And then now you'll stick around for more. So even words can be unreliable. So sometimes just the picture, like when you're on Instagram, right? Like, you know, like you're scrolling through fast. What
And
picture?
the girl has the really thin thong, and you're like, "What is this?"
Yeah. What's gonna stop the scroll? You know, like there you go. It'll get you. Yeah, so there's so much to know, and I'll be honest with you. I think all of this knowledge like really sucks the fun out of all of it. You know?
I know.
Because
I'm pretty bummed out right now, and I gotta tell you,
it makes you feel like, well, like it's hard, you know. And that's something that I think people are doing the short form stuff. I love that they don't need to know about that. It's more honest. You could just put out something ridiculous and go viral, and like Hawk to a girl or whatever. Like, and
that video was how many seconds long?
and it wasn't even her video.
yeah, that's not fucked up. It's almost like the damn Daniel kid. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Damn,
I saw the Daniel go on the
Ellen show. He
He
got
got,
free
like,
vans for life.
for life.
The guy that
Fuck
asked the
you, Daniel.
questions made the video. What did he get? He got a fucking surfboard that says Ellen on it.
Ellen did him dirty.
Not cool, dude. No one's surfing an Ellen board.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, but again, no one gives a fuck. It's just the content. If you want to have an absurd title, ask me an absurd question and make that the title. And
Okay,
then it's
okay.
honest.
That's crazy. I wasn't.
Have you ever shit your pants?
I wasn't expecting to feel so stupid on an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it doesn't matter how good your thing is if people don't see it. You know, that's what it
Yeah.
just comes down to. And that's what the hard thing about editing is too, is that like when you first make a video, you film for 4 hours and you spend 4 hours watching every single minute. And you're like, and you cut down to 2 hours, and then you cut down to an hour, and you're
I
like,
know.
and it's like you're so attached to every single second. Like, and that's why you have to do it a lot, because you have to be okay with just like chopping off chunks. I think sometimes to be effective, you gotta be just kind of quick, you know, and you gotta be
Yeah.
okay with just like moving on. Like when you think about your favorite pop star, they're not more talented than you. Like a record label paid them on salary for 5 years. They put out 120 songs that were never released,
Yeah.
and 12 of them were good. So when you're like, man, I can't make 12 good songs, we'll make 120 over the course of 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, oh, my flash sheet sucks. Paint 100 flash sheets. You know what I mean? And it's like, if it's going to take 100 flash sheets for you to get good at painting flash, then how long do you want it to take for you to get good at painting flash? Do you want to do those 100 sheets over the course of 10 years? Or do you want to do them over the course of 10 months? Like, how long do you want to take to get there?
I don't think that's long, dude.
Yeah. I don't paint a lot. I did. And now I'm
Yeah.
tattooing a lot. And that's the thing that Rick Walters told me when I first met him. I was like, how do I get people to get my flash tattooed? And he said, if your flash is good, people get tattooed. If your
Yeah.
flash sucks, you need to paint more flash. And if you're not tattooing, then you're painting flash. And the only reason why you're not tattooing, or the only reason why you're not painting your flash, is because you're too busy tattooing it. So when
Which
it runs
is
out, then you start painting again.
Yeah.
You know?
You
And
hear
so
that?
I'm busy right now.
Producing.
So I don't need to paint flash. But when it slows down,
You're
I'm
painting
fucking
flash.
painting
Yes,
flash.
it's painting flash.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So it sounds like the only difference between, because this is nothing new. Tattooers have been complaining about the rise of social media and the need that of having to make content and stuff. And it seems like the only difference is that you have accepted it, that's where we're
Yes.
at, and you're just doing it, and you just have been taking shots or throwing what's the saying, throwing noodles at the wall, seeing what sticks, going forward with
I like
that.
Yeah, the thing is, like, everyone talks about when it was easy. Oh, it used to be easy. Back in the day, I was special. Back in the day, people, they were lined up.
Yeah, we
It's-
weren't talking about that today. Not
It's
even a
not
little bit.
fucking easy.
You.
It's not fucking easy. There is no easy
Yeah,
way.
it's never been.
That's what the whole apprenticeship thing is. It's just an entry. It's introduction to tattooing. If you don't like sweeping the floor as an apprentice, you're not gonna like doing it as a tattooer. If you don't like answering the phone as an apprentice, you're not like doing it as a tattooer. If you don't like being talked down to by a coworker, you're not gonna like it as a tattooer. If you don't like being an apprentice, you will not like being a tattooer. If that's hard, being a tattooer is harder. You know, being an employee is hard.
Yeah.
Being a boss is harder.
It's like boot camp. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it is. Boot camp.
Totally. You know,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely necessary. And like, I think I hated my mentor for years. I still don't talk to my mentor to this day, but I would not be here if it wasn't for Geronimo. I know that. You know what I mean? We may not talk, but like I tell everyone who I learned how to tattoo from. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't be tattooing if it wasn't for him. Even if
Yeah.
he told me nothing, the fact he let me sweep his floor, so valuable. I owe him
Yeah.
everything, you know?
I like
So
that.
I don't know. I think people, they look at so short-sighted because they haven't been on the other side of it. They don't get
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about you in all of this is you haven't complained about anything. You've have
Yeah,
just
there's no time.
done something about it.
Yeah, I just got to
Yeah,
keep
even
moving.
the broken foot.
Yeah.
I said
Impressive.
it hurt.
Yeah, and that was pretty shitty.
But
of
yeah,
you.
but I don't know if you know this. You were smiling when you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, you just can't wait for things to change. You got to change them, you know? Like, if you don't like how things are going, then go somewhere else. Like, you got to, like no, the world is not going to stop and wait, you know, and so.
I like that, yeah.
And it's like, and today, like we're in this age of information. You could like, you don't have to pray. Just ask ChatGPT anything. Like, you know, it's like, I don't need to know math. I have a calculator. Like, all the things that I fucked up in high school don't even matter anymore. Like, the world is like it's there for the taking. You know, so like, go take it. Like, what are you waiting for?
And I think a lot of people get hung up too on like just going back to what you were saying about the people saying it was easy as like romanticizing the past. Just like there's people that get hung up on being bitter about the past, like when
you can't look back. It's a waste of time. Like how are you going to go forward when you're looking in the wrong way?
I feel like those are the people that have decided to retire from tattooing.
Right, and when you
not
think
the same.
We're programmed to like be negative. Like if I would tell you like, hey, talk shit on these 5 things, and I say, okay, now tell me.
Which ones?
I have 100 things to say.
Right, yeah. Now tell me 2 positive things. It's difficult. Like it's really hard, you know. So it's just not even worth the time.
You turn a negative into a positive.
I just don't even look at it.
You've allowed that to work for you, especially in your comments.
It's not even worth the time. Like if something sucks, cool, sucks. I think it sucks. Like, all right, if I don't like a song, I don't listen to it. If I don't like a show, I don't watch it. If I like a person, I don't hang out with them. If something sucks, that sucks. Cool. I don't want to suck. What doesn't suck? You know, I just move on. Like I accept whatever.
I like that.
I've had terrible things happen to me. Everyone has, you know? Cool. Happened. Not happening.
Yeah.
I'm fucking moving on. That's old news.
You're finding the good.
Yeah.
This guy's an inspiration.
It's not even being positive. It's just not
is.
dwelling. It's just get out of that fucking mindset. Stop. Absolutely.
And what do you do when somebody compliments you, Lane?
Fucking, I say, oh, whatever, and change the subject.
He's still working on that.
I say something mean to them.
yeah, I'm like, you know what?
Oh, yeah, I guess he is a dick.
Yeah.
Then he gets real negative.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's not worth just like, I think the thing is I have so much stuff I'm thinking about. I don't have space to think about what I've already thought about. Like I'm distracted. Maybe I'm just fucking distracted. I'm not positive. I'm just distracted.
But it seems like your intention, like there is intention behind your distractions. Like you're not just like running from like, oh, I don't want to feel bad. Like you've literally thought it out. Like there's no reason to do this thing because it's going to have a negative effect on me. Where there's some people that just don't even give it that much thought. They're just like chasing the next high, so to speak. You know.
Yeah.
And you don't seem that way.
You're kind of like an anomaly. You're allowing these like ADHD tendencies to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like if I didn't find tattooing, I don't know, because I worked in like a warehouse for a year. Did not excel there at all. And then
you can't open up 5 warehouses.
yeah. But you know what's funny as fuck? So like I worked in this like temp agency as a night shift job, and I worked my ass off packing boxes. And like, and my new tattoo shop has a warehouse. I get there early and I fucking pack boxes for no money.
Here we are.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
But you're enjoying it. It's your passion.
Yeah, it's cool. I like write little notes in
You
there.
love box.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. You can't really. It's still there, you know.
Yeah, but it's your baby. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're not just packaging boxes.
He's like, oh shit, I forgot about my baby. That's the one ball he dropped.
Oh yeah, those.
Do you have any kids?
No, I forgot about them.
Not anymore.
I did.
They're in the past. I'm talking about what's happening. Not what happened.
No, they're in the car.
Yeah. What do you think I'm running from?
All right, well, I hate to do this, guys, but we got to start wrapping up.
Yeah,
that's
So
fine.
bust out your. Do you have any questions you want answered for the road?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fucking take in all of this information, all of this advice.
Me too. I'm lost.
You blacked out.
Well, I mean, I say some like I'll spit some weird bars and say some funny shit, and like, and my buddy Isaac over there will like write down, like take notes and stuff, and he'll like say something funny. I'm like, that's good. He's like, you said that last week. And,
Is that true?
yeah, it's crazy, and it's like I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something I would say.
It's gonna be like that movie My Week with Marilyn or whatever.
Yeah.
His week with.
I'll say this, like I'm super consistent. Like people will tell me like a story, and then it's like, oh, that sounds like, yeah, you said that, you know, like so.
Huh.
Yeah.
You're like, I like myself.
Shoot from the hip, you know, I'm quick. Because I don't stop to think about something. It's like
It's just going.
full circle, like tattoo idea, right? It's not like I'm like, ooh, I like that. It's honest. I'm not like, ooh, how can I make that mine and this and that? But so I say something, it really is mine. I just said it. So I'm not really like trying to make something sound cool. I just say the thing. So it's more honest.
All right. So what did you take from this? We need to not think.
Never do.
We
Never have, never will.
We need to open up at least three more shops.
Yeah.
We need to skateboard.
Skateboard.
Break your ankle.
We need to break our ankles.
Shit.
I'll break your ankle.
I only break ankles on the basketball court.
Ooh, that's sick. Damn. I play murder ball now that I'm in a wheelchair, so it's funny. I got sick wheelies too. I've been practicing wheelies lately.
I saw on your
Dude,
stories.
I love wheelchair wheelies.
I didn't know how to do them, but it was a good opportunity to learn them.
Yeah, I used to time myself. The longest I stood up was like an hour.
Wait, you were in a wheelchair? Oh, when you
No.
did your leg?
No. It
Oh.
wasn't for me. It was
purely
like
for
somebody,
sport.
somebody in my grandma's.
Yeah.
Like, Grandma, come on.
Yeah.
You left her on the floor.
You're just sitting there. What are you? Get out! Let me use it.
You're wasting that chair.
Yeah, Grandma, like, sit in the office chair for right now.
You can sit in the chair that doesn't have wheels. You're going nowhere fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even use crutches, and I used to use them as stilts when I was a kid.
I thought these would be way more fun than they are. They're not that great. Yeah. When you're not hurt, fucking sick. But
See, there's a negative.
yeah. But
That's
you
true.
flip that
Crutches,
thing and
not
reverse
fun.
it, and then just.
You're right. This guy is a monster.
Yeah.
Did you just hit us with the Missy Elliott?
Yeah, you caught it. Yeah. When
Am I gonna
done
reverse
yet?
it?
Yeah.
It's your food and if and when, yeah.
I say that I quote Missy Elliott every single day.
Every day.
Every day.
You're Mr. Elliott.
Yeah.
Mr. Meaner Elliott.
Mr. Elliott. I should have came here in like the trash bag. Like, fucking,
He can't stand the rain.
yeah.
And on that note,
I like that.
well, what do you got to plug?
Butt plugs.
I have a podcast, Unite and Win podcast. If you're a tattooer and you tattoo with needles on bar, Unite and Win Tattoo Supply. If you want to get tattooed, WayneFredrickson.com. I got Norco Tattoo, Unite and Win Tattoo, and you could type my name in anywhere. My YouTube's Wayne Fredrickson. Everything is Wayne Fredrickson. It's
And
easy.
he's got 3 shops in the work.
Yeah.
Where does your last name come from? Last question.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Yeah.
He had so much to say about
Oh.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard that it was like Swedish or German, and it's like Frederick's son, like you're the son of Frederick.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
don't-
I hate that guy.
but I don't know any of like my ancestry. Like
We're gonna take your DNA from that bottle,
Yeah.
like we do all of our guests, and we're gonna send
course,
it
yeah,
to
of
23andMe. We'll send you your results.
I have 23andMe.
Do you really?
Yeah, but like not a lot of my family had done it, so it only goes back so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Because they're getting after it. They're like, we don't care about the past.
So I heard straight
We're
up.
opening businesses,
I don't have time to
dog.
look at that. Yeah, 23 and who? Yeah.
But we're at 28andMe, dog.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The way you joked about is kind of the way I feel. I don't really fucking care, like at all. I'm from here. I'm from California.
I'm thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah. It would be neat to know some stuff, but it feels like make believe because I wasn't there and it's in the past. And
Yeah, what do you do with that?
yeah.
Ancestors, schmancestors.
Yeah. So I don't know. But the Fredrickson line dies with me as I'm not having kids. So enjoy me while I'm here, and then
Dude, you hear that, guys?
Watch the
He's
old videos
last
later.
Fredrickson.
yeah,
Yeah.
last of the
Ooh,
line.
see, I would want to name this episode "The Last Fredrickson," but I
What's up with
can't
that?
because
Yeah,
it won't
because now
fucking
it's
work.
dumb.
Yeah. Because nobody's ever gonna Google
Type it
search
in.
that.
Maybe it's searched. You know what I will say
Fredrickson.
is that I put I looked on TikTok. I looked at like hashtags, and it said like it was like 47% found my last TikTok under the hashtag Wayne Fredrickson. So people are typing my name on TikTok right now.
Oh, your name's
Big timer over here.
Oh, well, your name's gonna be in the
Oh,
title.
okay,
so-
okay, I lied with the last question. This is the last advice question.
Uh-huh.
What would you name this episode?
I would have to listen back to it because I don't remember any of it because it's fucking I'm just moving.
Okay,
That doesn't surprise
I'm with
me
you.
one bit.
let's ask your bud. What
Yeah.
would you? What
He's
would
like,
Wayne name this?
Hey, give us the
podcast?
book, man.
Yeah, what would Wayne name this podcast next week?
Listen back, and if there's something funny or weird, then just like
No,
make
no,
that
no,
the
no,
title.
no, no,
and-
no. We're sending you the episode.
Yeah. I'm like, this is it. This is
Welcome,
it.
welcome to post production, buddy.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's really great. You have a very cult leader vibe about
Oh, I hate
you,
that.
and I love it.
Not cult following, a cult leader.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
like I just if you grew your hair, you could keep those glasses.
Oh.
Grow the hair.
I can see that. Play an instrument.
And it could just be like
Made out
That's
of
why it
human
never
bones.
happened. I don't play guitar. If I play guitar, it'd be over.
over for you
God
bitches.
damn it.
Yeah, watch out. If I come in as strumming, fucking, you're all gonna be coming. It's gonna be dangerous. Watch
Yeah,
out.
it'll turn into the Gulf of Wayne Fredrickson.
Yeah, it's flowing.
Because all these bitches are wet.
Yeah, Fredrickson's flowing, and don't get overwhelmed. Yeah.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
Again,
Thank you so
we
much
want
for
to.
coming.
We can't thank you enough. This is like the most educational episode. I know.
Oh, it's
I
fun.
Said it, I'll
It's
keep
fun and
saying
easy.
it.
I like it. Yeah.
But dude, this is amazing.
He said it was
Yeah.
fun and easy, your little podcast.
Have me back anytime. I could talk forever. If you're like, oh, we need somebody, we don't have anybody. Who's that Wayne fucking guy again? Wayne Ferguson.
Well, you'll know when we have the
Wayne Ferguson.
the bat signal in the sky when we need more help.
Yeah.
We'll figure this
Thank you.
out.
All right.
Thanks for being along for the ride. We're going to figure this out, guys.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. No, we gotta do our plugs. Go for it. You guys know where to find us. Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
It turns
look
out we're doing
below.
this all wrong
Yeah.
anyway, so it doesn't matter what we say.
Our links are in the description. Bye.
Bye.
See you at your next session.
Jesus.
I like that. I like a hard ending, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too.
Of my life.
Yeah. Life at an angle.
The last episode.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's the thing too. When you nerd out too much, if you look at like YouTube and you see when people drop off and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like one thing I'll do.
That's one thing we don't keep.
All right, don't look at it, but I'll tell you about
Really?
it. Well, because then the problem is.